Wanna be like Master Kim Jong-gi? Wanna draw from imagination wherever, whenever you want? Be it when you're sitting or dancing or playing a game or eating some food or snacks or eating shit or drinking or sitting on a toilet or doing pee-pee or whenever you want. I gotcha. Let's do this shit. Bet your bitch ass can draw from imagination, huh? Alright, this may sound like an advanced technique, drawing from imagination. Oh, you gotta learn a lot of things. Oh, but it's not. The only thing that you need to learn is drawing boxes in perspective. Alright, because that will allow you to have an understanding of three-dimensional space and how to put an object in three-dimensional space. So the first and foremost thing that you need to learn is perspective. 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point. The ant's eye view and the bird's eye view. Once you have learned this, you need to start putting boxes and simple objects in perspective, right? So something like this. Same goes for the 2 point and 3 point perspective as well. Now after this, after you have grasped how perspective works and how to put objects in perspective using guidelines, next what you can do is draw boxes without the guidelines. So something like this. So let's say this is in 1 point perspective. So and now this is in 2 point perspective. This is again in 3 point perspective. This is the bird's eye perspective. It is that simple, alright? The first and foremost thing to draw from imagination is you gotta do this shit. You gotta learn how to draw boxes in perspective without the guidelines. Of course, you can use the guidelines if you want to, but this is the most important thing. After you understood how to put simple boxes in perspective, what you can do is take the 3 point perspective, because everything around us is in 3 points, because we live in a 3D world, alright? So that is why 3 point perspective is the most important one, okay? And most of the time you will be using a 3 point perspective in almost all of the scenes. So take the 3 point perspective and start drawing boxes like this, alright? So let's say I want to draw a box over here, okay? So it will be something like this. Box will look much different than this box because the perspective is gonna change how the box will look, alright? Now let's say if I want to draw a box over here, alright? So it is gonna look something like that, right? So yeah, now once you have understood, once you have learned how to put boxes anywhere around the scene that you want, the next thing that you can do is start drawing simple poses. Start combining simple shapes like the box, the cylinder, and the sphere to draw human figures like these. Simple human figure. So this is a simple pose. A guy is just looking above to this guy, okay? And this is also a simple pose. This might be somewhat difficult, okay, but you don't have to draw this. Simple standing poses are fine. So start drawing them from the bird's eye view and the ant's eye view, alright? And this is gonna help you to understand how to put objects in perspective, how to put simple forms and figures in perspective. This construction, this human figure construction is going to help you. And the best way to do it is to break down the human figure into simple shapes, alright? So the cylinders for the arms and the legs, and a cube for the torso, and a sphere for the head, alright? It is that simple. Once you do that, once you are able to put human figures in perspective, then you can start adding more details. So for example, this might be a girl standing and hiding behind a torso, so you can add in a skirt if you want to, right? You can then start adding facial details like the eyes, the mouth, the lips, or something like that. And you can start adding her shoes or sandals, whatever you want her to wear. But this can happen only after you have drawn this figure using simple shapes. Okay, you have understood the perspective of that scene. Okay, and forget about the figures. Even this scene is comprised of cubes. Look at this. So this is one cube. So everything starts with a cube. So everything starts with drawing cubes in perspective. That is the most important thing about drawing from imagination. Once you are able to do that, once you are able to put cubes anywhere in perspective, then you can literally put anything that you want, be it a human figure or be it an animal or anything else, anything that you want in perspective in that scene. You can of course use these guidelines if you want to, okay, that is but optional, but the ultimate flex would be to not use the guidelines and draw something like this. So this is from imagination. I drew this from imagination, and all of these poses that you see here are all from imagination. Some of them are weird, of course, some of them are not in perspective. That is fine, okay, we all make mistakes, okay. That is not the point of the exercise. The point of this exercise is to put what is in your head onto a piece of paper, and that is what is going to allow you to draw anything anywhere whatsoever, right? So these poses and then these poses which I colored on stream, okay, so these are all from imagination which I drew without a reference. So I never took a reference for these poses. These are all from imagination. Now, the most important question. Drawing from imagination is good and all, but Sid, when we have a reference, when we can use 3D models to pose a figure or to pose a character, why the hell should we draw from imagination? What is the point of it? The point is, the main point as to why you should draw from imagination is because it is much faster. It is much effective. You can express yourself. You can draw much more expressive dynamic poses, okay, and it takes much less time rather than posing a 3D model or rather than finding references online for that perfect pose, okay. It just wastes a lot of time. And if you are like me personally, where I do not like to search for references or pose 3D models because it just takes too much time and wastes too much of my time, and then I lose my enthusiasm to draw alright, then this is going to be really helpful for you, okay. This is the most powerful skill that you can have in your arsenal, in your drawing arsenal, and this is helpful everywhere, especially if you are doing animations, because in animations you have to literally draw from imagination. You have to take the pictures that are in your mind and put it on a piece of paper, okay. You won't have a reference every time. So for example, if you're moving a camera in an animation, okay, you won't have that reference with you, okay. You have to shoot that reference with someone else or with yourself, and then you have to draw that reference by tracing it or just referencing it. So that is a lot of work, okay. What if I can do it directly just by using my brain? And that is by drawing from imagination. That is by practicing drawing from imagination. This is why drawing from imagination is a very powerful and important skill to learn. And this is why we should always practice drawing from imagination. Practice, train your mind to draw from imagination. Alright, that's it. So go and draw from imagination. Don't make me come there and tear your drawing page. I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something. If you did, please share this with your friends and subscribe, because we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. Help me reach 1,000, and then after 1 million subscribers, all right, there are a lot of things coming here. There are a lot of awesome things coming, awesome artworks, awesome illustrations coming for you guys. All right, so yeah, and join the Discord. We have so many cool people over there. Let's build this community together. And until next time, I'll see you later. Goodbye.